through Houston as you approach your retirement after 30 years.
Yes, after 30 years, but it's been an amazing trip through the city for me because there's so many things that I've learned over the past 30 years.
I'm newer here to Fox 26, and you're ending your 30 years. I'm turning 30, so I thought, what a better way than to walk through the city with you and learn what you've learned over the past 3 decades.
There have been so many things, and we are in an area right now that was one of the first places I visited when I came to town. This is Project Row Houses.
I know that we are bringing in an expert to talk to us about what makes this area so unique and so special.
Project Row House started 30 years ago, and these houses were built in between 1932 and 1935. The very thing that we really are preserving is the architecture of it. It is a known architecture along the Gulf Coast, and it roots back to Africa. And the functionality is what we're also preserving. We were founded by 7 African-American men. They decided to turn this into a social sculpture. And so that means that we wanted to revitalize the community or the people by way of public art.
But in addition to public art, you do a lot of other things nowadays that you really did not do in the past.
Yes, sir.
You provide food for folks in the community?
Yes, every 2 weeks.
Mobile haircuts?
Every 2 weeks.
And what else?
And mobile banking every 2 weeks. We also do a wellness festival every 2nd Saturday where we do free yoga and we do cooking classes.
Ella!
As we make our way out of Project Row House, we stop by Crumville on Emancipation Avenue for a treat. Jose, of course, speaking with more residents who've watched him deliver the news over the years.
Which also gives opportunities.
Then we meet with a 3rd Ward realtor, Gerald Womack.
What has developed here in the 3rd Ward over the past 20, 30 years? Because it was depressed at one time, but when you drive through the area now, you see a whole different atmosphere.
Well, just today we've got about 6,000 new homes that have come up with the average cost of about $424,000 has been the average sales price of a home. And this past year in this zip code is 77004. So that had brought a lot of businesses.
And finally, a trip to a Houston church dating back to 1866.
Hey guys, welcome to the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church and our sanctuary. As our history goes as it relates to the sanctuary that you see, in 1891, we came upstairs and built what you see as part of our church and church expansion due to the growth of the community. The pews that you see that we worship on and sit in every Sunday were handmade by those former enslaved ancestors of ours as they worked to build this church. The hardwood floors that we use and walk on are the original hardwoods of 1891. So now we are entering into what we affectionately call our prayer room, and as you see, it is a place where we collect and highlight a lot of the church's history and artifacts.
What does it mean for this church to be in the middle of downtown Houston? You've got skyscrapers surrounding you.
Yes.
But still, you remain a family church.
You know, Jose, our church is 30 years younger than the city of Houston. And to be a church who have been here for 157 years, we know what that means. We know what that looks like. We have gone through anything that you can imagine and have had to work with various groups and organizations and races, creeds and colors, which has sustained us over the 157 years, which in my mind lets you and the community know that this church is a community church.
And will be here for a long time.
A day spent learning about Houston's history, walking down paths one may overlook just by driving by. History dating back far more than Jose's 30 years at Fox 26. Caroline Collins, Fox 26 News.